The recent visit by the U.S. Secretary of State to Panama, a Central American nation, was met with significant protests, fueled by President Trump's controversial pronouncements regarding the Panama Canal. For over a month, the escalating rhetoric surrounding Trump's stated intention to take back the canal has cast a long shadow over US-Panamanian relations, leaving Panamanian officials scrambling to decipher the true nature of the presidential threats and exploring potential concessions to mitigate the damage and solidify their relationship with the United States. This uncertainty has heightened anxieties within Panama, a nation deeply invested in its sovereignty and the economic prosperity derived from the canal. Even before Trump's election, Panama, under the leadership of its then official, had already engaged in collaborative efforts with the U.S. to address the issue of irregular migration through the Darién Gap, a notoriously dangerous and lawless jungle region bordering Colombia. These initiatives involved enhancing border surveillance technologies and implementing deportation flights to stem the flow of migrants. The results of these collaborative efforts were demonstrably successful. In the initial 3 weeks of January alone, a remarkable 94% reduction in migration through the Darién Gap was observed compared to the same period in 2023. This tangible success story provides a stark contrast to the current atmosphere of. However, this cooperation has not shielded Panama from the potential for further U.S. demands. Speculation abounds regarding the Secretary of State's potential agenda, with some observers suggesting that even more stringent measures could be demanded of Panama, potentially including pressure to accept a larger influx of Venezuelan asylum seekers. This possibility raises serious concerns within Panama, forcing the nation to carefully consider the implications of such a scenario on its already strained resources and social fabric. The potential for increased migration pressure, coupled with the looming threat to the canal's autonomy, places Panama in a complex and precarious diplomatic situation. Trump's return to power was immediately followed by renewed threats to seize control of the Panama Canal, a vital waterway constructed by the U.S. in the early 20th century and formally transferred to Panamanian control under a 1977 treaty. Trump's justification for this audacious claim centers on the perceived influence of China in the canal's operations, a narrative that has been vehemently rejected by Panamanian officials. These provocative statements ignited a wave of public outrage in Panama, prompting a swift and firm rebuke of Trump's threats. The Panamanian government, backed by widespread popular support, made it abundantly clear that any attempt to usurp control of the canal would be met with unwavering resistance. The potential consequences of U.S. control, or even a significant reduction in canal fees, a crucial component of Panama's national budget, would be utterly devastating for the Panamanian economy and society. Such an action would not only severely undermine Panama's sovereignty, but would also inflict irreparable damage on its financial stability. The Panamanian government, echoing the sentiments of its citizens, has unequivocally stated that the ownership and operational control of the Panama Canal are non-negotiable. During discussions with the U.S. Secretary of State, Panamanian officials have firmly maintained this position, emphasizing the canal's irreplaceable significance to the nation's identity and economic well-being. The situation remains tense, with the future of U.S.-Panamanian relations hanging precariously. The coming weeks and months will be crucial in determining the outcome of this delicate and potentially explosive diplomatic standoff.